Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Force Feed for this Saturday, May 19th. In today's gaming news, we get a first look at the Kingdoms of Amalur MMO, EA supports Kickstarter projects on Origin by waiving their distribution fees, Dead Island 2 seems likely, and The Elder Scrolls Online can be played solo. 38 Studios has had a tough week in the press with their recent financial issues. In an attempt to change the conversation, they've released a video for their upcoming MMO. Titled Project Copernicus, the 38 Studios MMO set in the Kingdoms of Amalur universe has been in development for 6 years. The video is a mere environmental flyby providing a sneak peek of the world, a few of its zones, and major landmarks. And while the world looks nice, no gameplay or mechanics are displayed, so it's really hard to tell how this will hold up. Project Copernicus is planned for a June 2013 release. Environmentally, the game looks great, but you know as well as I do that visuals are not enough. In an MMO space that is already heavily saturated with fantasy games, they're going to need some innovative gameplay and mechanics to set themselves apart. Reckoning had its fair share of issues as a single-player RPG that the studio is going to have to hammer out if they want their MMO to be successful. Good luck. Kickstarter has been a great initiative giving smaller developers the means of promoting and financing their games, and EA is trying to exploit it. EA announced that all crowd-funded games on Origin will have their distribution fees waived for 90 days, making it easier for financially strapped developers to get their games to the masses. The problem is that your game has to be on Origin, a service riddled with issues and negative customer feedback since its launch. I'm all for helping smaller developers get their games out there, but this feels a lot more like EA trying to exploit crowd-funded games to promote their service, rather than a move of good intentions. And sure, it's a business, and that's what businesses do. They promote themselves to try to make more money, but don't hide under the guise of good intentions because no one's fooled. Just like I'm shamelessly bashing another company to rile people up and get more views on my video. See? Honesty. Dead Island was a fairly well-received title, so it shouldn't come as a surprise that they're considering a sequel. Earlier this week, a rumor surfaced on IGN Germany stating that Deep Silver had signed Jaeger, the developer currently working on Spec Ops: The Line, to create Dead Island 2. When asked, Deep Silver denied the rumor, saying that they are not currently working on Dead Island 2, but when the time comes, Jaeger is a developer that they would very much like to work with. Seems like this is just an attempt to cover up leaked information that they weren't ready to announce, but I don't see what the big deal is. Dead Island 2 sounds great, just let everyone know. According to an interview with Game Informer, the main story for The Elder Scrolls Online will be 100% solo. Since the game was announced, many concerns have been raised for the type of experience The Elder Scrolls Online will provide. ZeniMax Online Studios, the developer working on the title, is trying to quell those concerns by saying the game's main story is a solo experience where the world focuses on you. Which of course begs the question, then why the hell is this an MMO? I'm a little concerned they don't quite get why people are upset about this game. It's not the fact that they can't play solo, it's that it's a modern-style MMO played from a third-person perspective using WoW-styled hotkey combat. Basically, it's not an Elder Scrolls game, and it's not what people have been looking for. Alright guys, that'll do it for today's episode of the Force Feed. Be sure to like and favorite the video and tune in next week for another episode. Once again, this has been Force, and you've just been force-fed. Yeah, that's right. I just say things to rile people up and get more views on my video. I actually don't have any thoughts myself. If it weren't for the script, I'd probably just be sitting here like...